So hi guys, how are you? It's us yet again. Karibuni sana back to our channel. Today we are where?
We are in Kenyatta Road.
Yes.
If you're very familiar with the area, you can already tell the name of the estate.
Yeah.
So comment down below.
Yeah.
Tuko wapi?
Yes. So well, we are here. I think 1 year later.
Yeah.
We did this project about a year ago, so we never showcased it, we never shot it, we never did anything because of the number of projects that we were doing and all that. And then I think at that particular time we were not very serious with our YouTube. But right now, as we promised you this year, it's showing new content back to back, back to back. So we are back here and we want to show you what we did with this project. I just want to inform guys that sometimes when you buy a house, you don't buy your dream. So you probably buy the vicinity, you buy the community aspect and all that. But sometimes what the developer gives you in terms of finishes might not be to your liking. I'm not saying it's bad, it's good, it's habitable and all that. They did a good job for as far as they could. But right now, the client came in and was like, hey, Finewood, come. We need to revamp this whole space. So let's go in. Can we show them? Okay.
Get me up, somewhere I can find myself. Oh, I feel so alive. As I reach out to the sky.
So yes, as James said, but did we introduce ourselves?
Yeah. I mean, our viewers already know us by now.
Yeah, but I'm Manjiro. So, as James said, we are very deliberate about showcasing our work, mostly for you guys to be part of the journey because we are a work in progress and we are growing day by day. So we are eager to show you what we are up to and for you guys to be part of the journey. So if you have not subscribed, tafadhali do so. Your following, your liking means a lot to us. So let's go in already.
We're here. So as I told you guys, we don't only do our favorite part of the house, we do the entire interior and construction. But of course, we want to show you our most favorite part of the house. Like this is the one place that we enjoy doing, and it's because it's the heart of the home. Yeah? What do you think?
Yeah, of course, that is what we started with. So it's a place that has a very special place in our hearts.
Yeah.
So we are always eager to start with the heart of the home.
Yes. So let's welcome them to the exciting part of the house.
On the way, you got that good vibe. I want to spend some time back here with you. Tell you right now, 'cause she's the one I'm thinking of. Hey, the only one I'm thinking of. Hey, she's everything I'm dreaming of. Hey, the one that I can live without. Oh, that smile makes me tripping out. I wanna dance with you tonight. Yeah, you close to me. Feeling good, I believe I gotta have you in my life. You got that good vibe. I want to spend some time back here with you. Oh.
Yes.
You see, like we did this a year ago.
It's exactly a year ago. It was around March. That's when we handed over the project. Exactly 1 year ago. And I think we had not started deliberately showcasing what we do. So you can imagine the number of projects that we've done and you guys have not seen.
Yeah.
But we're working hand in hand. The good thing is the clients are very cooperative. They're like, yes, come and show guys what you guys are able to do. Why? Because we deliver masterpieces. Yeah. And the good thing is that they're our brainchild, We get to argue a lot. Hey, let's put this, let's do this. But at the end of the day, we disagree to agree. And most of the ideas go.
Yeah, we could say so.
Mine literally, can we say you bully me?
No, I don't.
You're a bully, not a baddie.
No, I am a baddie.
All right.
So we are really excited to show you what we have been doing, especially in this particular area,
Yeah.
because the transformation, I don't think we captured even the befores. We've not been serious about showcasing our work, but we will be more deliberate this year, and we can't wait with this particular project.
Yeah.
So maybe you can tell us what we did.
Yeah, so this is a farmhouse kitchen, okay? So the client was very deliberate and they gave us a plain canvas. They were like, guys, this is the space, knock yourself out. We have no idea, but this is our budget.
Yeah.
So the good thing is that their budget allowed us to explore. As you can see, most of the things that we've done here are a little bit premium. So they were very deliberate and they said, we got this house, we like it, and we just want to transform it to maybe something that is trendy and modern.
Yeah.
And they were like, because you guys are the interior designers and interior architects, how about you do what? Play with it. Do whatever it is that you like. So we're able to recommend, of course, through the process that we've documented before. There's the issue of now site visit, concept development, perspectives, you know, schedules and all that. We're able to document all that, and we were able to give the client the masterpiece that she was overly like looking for. I don't think she had even expected this, and she was very cooperative. And this is the other thing that I would like to advise you as our clients and our viewers. Sometimes, being that we have been in the industry for the longest or for quite some time, we've interacted with a little bit of what is good, what is trendy, what would work with your space and things like that. So you find most of the clients have an idea of what they want, but the ones who don't have and they land in our hands, they're able to, you know, to get something premium, something, you know, nice, because it is very challenging, or it's actually a very interesting fact when someone tells you, hey, Wanjiru, this is the space. You have a plain canvas, play with it. So it's a lot of pressure.
It is,
Yeah.
definitely it is. And one thing we love to do is optimizing every space. So when it comes to the corners, what do we do with the corners? When it comes to storage, you know, because ideally you want your space to be aesthetically pleasing and also for it to be functional. So we are, yes, ready to show you. We are ready to show you.
Let's dive in. So what do we have here?
So right here we have the sink. Of course, you know what the sink is for. Washing your utensils,
Yeah.
washing your vegetables. And one of the things we normally consider is the triangle of efficiency.
Yeah.
I think that will be repeated over and over again in all our vlogs. But that is one of the things we consider. So that is the distance from the sink to the cooker and the fridge.
Yeah.
So it has to be as minimum as possible. Okay, not minimum. Like it doesn't have to be too big, so that you're able to not use too much energy when you're working around the kitchen, and yeah, for you to be
Optimize the
to
movement.
optimize the movement.
Yes, yes.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
So right here we have the sink, of course. And you guys, this kitchen has been in operation. Rather, it's been used for the last 1 year. So you can tell in terms of quality, quality is of course extremely good. And we went with the farmhouse kitchen.
Yeah.
So why farmhouse?
Well, farmhouse is timeless, if I'm asked. Okay, it's a little bit timeless.
Yeah.
Not a little bit, it's very timeless.
Timeless.
It's classy and it's very subtle. It does not scream or shout the presence.
Yeah.
It's very, you know, when you do a farmhouse kitchen, it speaks wealth. It's not your normal, you know, glossy or, well, I'm not saying gloss is bad, it depends with your style, but farmhouse tends to carry the day because of the subtle nature in design.
Yeah.
It doesn't compete for attention, you know, it's easy to work with and it is very durable. Yeah, because they use doors called shaker doors. So shaker is a type of door. The same way we say press form, we say high gloss, we say matte, you know. That is, you know, the style that is used is they're called shaker doors. Yeah, and also complements very, very much with maybe the countertop that you go for. Yes.
So, you know, some of the things that people, like our followers and our clients, have been asking us, ideally, how long does it take for us to finish a project?
Yeah.
Start to finish.
Yeah.
You know, those are some of the things that people normally ask.
Yeah.
And so we would like to explain the design process, at least when we are here,
Yeah.
so that you understand why it
Yeah.
takes we need a certain duration. So the first thing is, guys normally reach out. So you
Yeah.
reach out to us.
Yeah.
And probably you talk to James or one of the people in our team. The team is a bit big. And after that, what do we
So
do?
from that, there is normally a preliminary fee that we have. It's a redeemable preliminary fee. So depending on your scope, we get to refund whatever it is that we charge you as a preliminary fee before we do the design works. So then we come to site, we collect the client's brief. Okay, we're able to tell the client, hey, tell us, what is it that you want? So sometimes, most of the times, the client has an idea of what they want. Then you're able to offer them consultation.
Yes.
Then you come up with something called a brief analysis. So it's the client's ideas and your ideas.
Yes.
You merge them together to come up with a
design brief.
Yes, with a design brief. So you then move to the concept development stage.
Yes.
So this is where we send you images of works that we have done before, works that have been done by other people to develop a concept. All right. So I'll give you an example. This is where you're like, so I saw this on Pinterest. That's called a concept.
Yes.
So it's the concept that will enable us come up with, when you merge now the concept and the design brief, you come up now with the perspective of the space.
Yes.
Because now you remember you had done the site visit, you had taken measurements, you had understood what the client is looking for and all that. Yeah. Then after that, once we do the perspective,
So why I feel is why I think it's very important for us to go through the entire process is because sometimes we overlook some things which are very crucial. And you see, when it comes to implementation, it's very hard to change once the team or your technical team is on site. That's when now you look at it. If you don't have a render, you realize, oh my gosh, maybe I would have done things differently. I would have organized a few things differently. But when you go through the practical aspect of visiting the site and developing the perspective, visually you can change things before they are implemented on the ground.
yeah.
Yes.
So, and I think it's very important that we also mention that sometimes it's not only the renders. You understand?
Yes.
Most of the people right now are going for, anyone who will do a render. Anyone can do a render.
Yes.
There's AI and there's all that. But there's the optimization. There's something we call ergonomics, the relationship between man and space. So that relationship between man and space, the reason why this kitchen is beautiful, the reason why this kitchen will function, and the reason why this kitchen will give the client value is because we understood the science of a kitchen. What is the science that goes behind the kitchen?
Yes.
You understand? So we just didn't place cabinets for the sake of placing. You understand? The cooker would have actually gone on this wall.
Yes.
Why did we decide the cooker to go to this wall? You understand? So you're able to advise the client because once we do now the design renders and perspectives, as we'd like to call them, when we share with you and you like it, we go back now and produce things called elevations, sections, working drawings, construction drawings, and all that. They optimally give you what is the spacing between A to B. Why are we spacing this much? What is the longevity of this and this and this? You understand? Because anyone can do a render. There's AI now. So anyone can do a render and you can present and do all that. But if we're able to do sections and elevations and we're able to give you schedules that make sense, it becomes very easy for you as a client where you'll just be referring to the documents that we shared with you. And you're like, okay, so on Monday they said this and this is what they're doing. When they're doing a schedule, this and this is where this is what they're putting. They've detailed the type of tile they're bringing and all that. It saves a lot of hassle between you as the designer and the client.
It's
true. Yeah.
So that takes us back to the triangle of efficiency. I think that is where we were.
Yeah.
Just trying to understand why everything is where it is, and even understand for you to get into our minds and for you to understand like the entire process. So we said we'll make interior design very engaging. So definitely keep us tuned. Keep us posted on what you'd like us to discuss when we are on site.
Yeah.
So,
and this vlog, we're honestly doing something totally different. We don't want to open doors and show you this and this is what.
Yeah.
So as we are reviewing this kitchen, we want to review it from a point of knowledge. We want to offer knowledge, we want to offer insights to you as our clients for you to understand what is this that I'm expecting as far as these guys land on site. You understand? So we're able to just show you how easy it is, but then how technical it is.
Yeah.
It is not a matter of just having things placed here and there, anywhere, not necessarily.
deliberate.
It's deliberate because I mean, we've shown them everything that there is to show as far as the kitchen is concerned.
Yes.
But they need to understand, why did we have this cooker here? Why this type of hood? What are the advantages of this hood over the other hood?
The other big
Yeah.
yes, I understand.
So, but of course, yes, we want you to see the beauty. And 1 year later, that's why we came. This countertop, this is decked on. You understand? It has a ceramic coating on top.
Yes.
So you're very sure you're not going to have anything maybe stain your countertop. It's the biggest problem that we have with the synthetic stones. Yes, the marble, the deck tone, the scissor stone and all that, yeah? But these ones, they have a coating on top. So that would make it, of course, a premium slab.
Yes.
So if someone comes and tells you on the breakfast table, let's do marble. All right, you're having your glass of wine, you're making something with turmeric, it stains.
Yes.
That's a permanent stain.
It is.
You understand?
And the stones are quite expensive, as
They are
you know.
pricey,
If
yes.
you've not visited the showroom, please
Yeah.
do so that you can see and compare the different items and materials.
Yeah. So why would you call this a fully fitted kitchen?
So I'd call it a fully fitted kitchen because first of all the appliances they are inbuilt.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So look at the sink. Of course, you know the sink is there, and then the microwave and the oven right here. Everything is inbuilt.
It's inbuilt, yes.
So this is the kitchen is fully fitted, and it's very modern when it comes to the appliances. You can tell.
Yeah.
Very functional, aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, so that's a fully fitted kitchen. So when it comes to
Before you go, Anjiro, someone would ask, why didn't you put a handle here?
ooh, because let me just open for you guys to understand the bifold door.
That's a bifold door. So that's how it opens. Okay. So when you open, this is where you put things like your pull down and all that. Yeah. Yeah. So that's why we don't have a door here. So it's good to clear the air
Yes.
so that it's it doesn't, you know,
Leave people hanging and
hanging.
wonder.
It's like 1 year later, you never did a handle. No, that's called a bifold door.
And then also the other thing I'd like to encourage our viewers and potential clients, when you don't have the money or the entire, like we'll come and give you maybe the budget, maybe let's say you're working with a figure of maybe 1 million. So if you don't have the money right there and then, some of these things like accessories, you can get them later.
Yes.
So we are we make the process extremely friendly, budget friendly, and also we understand that every person is different. So we won't force you to buy all the accessories at once or all the appliances at once, you know. So that's the other thing. Like here, there's an accessory that needs to be there, but we will get it later.
Yes.
At the client's
At the
convenience.
client's convenience. Yes. So yeah, as you can see, this is where we have our microwave and oven, as Wanjiro had demonstrated. We stuck our fridge right in between. Yeah. Yeah, so that we utilize these two spaces. So it was very deliberate, and as I told you, you have to be very intentional when you're thinking about what am I doing, what is my design going to entail after I go through with it. So this is the wet area.
Yes.
Okay, we've defined a small baking station on this corner. All right, so you
coffee station as well.
yeah, coffee station, a baking station, but I would go for a baking station. You know why? I'm leaving the oven into a space where I can knead my things and all that.
You need a landing surface.
You need a landing surface. So I have water here, I have everything.
area.
Yes. So, and this other side, when you're cooking, all right, so assume, no, okay, let's not assume. You love cooking,
Yes.
okay?
Yes.
So you'll be cooking on this side. Being a sweet tooth, I love pastries.
Baking.
Yes. So I will be there doing my pastries.
So, yeah.
So we will never clash. We will agree immediately.
I agree.
Yeah, so this fridge is shared by those two spaces. Okay.
Also, the other thing, especially for people who love cooking and hosting, you can have several people working within the same space without necessarily
Colliding.
having strain
Yeah.
in terms of space
Yeah, yeah,
utilization.
yeah.
Or colliding.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why we have that area. There's enough prep area on that side, on the wet area, and on the dry area, there's also enough prep area.
Yeah. So our choice of hood, why would we go with such a hood? So this hood, for starters, is a very, it has more functions, and it's a heavy hood. By heavy, I don't mean weight, but in terms of usage.
Yeah.
Remember, our house, or rather our our project right here, is open plan. Not only to the dining, but also to the living room, as we will show you when we go there. So you want to make sure that you have optimally reduced any form of smell, or anything. Like, imagine you're cooking and you go in with the onions, the whole
Fish.
or fish. The entire house will smell like onions and fish and garlic. Not that they are bad, but you can imagine that smell tomorrow morning when you just want to have pancakes.
Yeah.
So it's smelling like fish, and you're like, huh, fish was yesterday. So you cook from here, all right? So, and it has charcoal filters. So you would ask, where does it exhume to? It has charcoal filters.
Yes.
So it is very effective in terms of exhuming.
Yes.
So that's why I would choose this type of hood.
Oh, it's pneumatic.
Yeah, it's pneumatic. It's an eco kitchen. So if you do a flat hood here, you might not necessarily achieve the optimum in terms of usage.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, and the backsplash, I love it. I like the fact that there is flow when it comes to the color, and here we opted not to do the normal subway tiles.
Yes.
So you guys can tell how clean it looks.
And
visually.
flawless.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
flawless. So the marble effect right here on the tiles, the detail is also reflected on the stone,
countertop.
on the stone, and the decked on stone.
But note, it changes on the floor.
Yeah, it does.
So that our floor is subtle,
Yes.
and then we have character on the wall and the countertop. So our floor is not busy.
Yes, it's
So we
not.
don't have marble everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
And again, that's the importance of a render, because immediately you can see all the color coordination
Yeah.
and probably even change
Yeah.
before it is installed.
Yes.
Because it's expensive, it's double work when you demolish space having used money. So Finewood will help you save up on money.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, again, I insist the ergonomical nature of the
Yes.
kitchen. The spacing between has been all planned.
Yes.
Yeah. A render will not show you this, but the sections, the elevations, involving an interior architect. Please note, guys, we are having so many guys out there positioning themselves as interior designers and all that. But involving an interior architect, you're able to fully achieve the optimum spacing, circulation, and all that.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Do we move to the living room?
I think so. I think we should.
Okay.
So, oh, I love this.
I love this countertop as well. It's quite, so this is now.
Yes, this is the breakfast table that can be, or a buffet table.
A buffet table, yes.
Going to the fact that now the dining area, the dining table is here, so it's a nice space for, it acts as a buffet table. So when you're serving from here and then guys eat from here, the table is not cluttered.
Yeah.
The other thing I think I've just remembered right now, there are people we visit, like some of our clients, Fundis normally insist that they do the concrete walls. For
Yes.
partitioning. So that is something we discourage. Kindly, if you have not done that and you're thinking of doing that next week, be a former naache.
Yes.
Yeah. Why? Because there is a lot of space wastage
Yes.
in the process.
Yes.
Sometimes you even find it on the dining area or on the breakfast table, and there's so much wasted space. Looking at the breakfast table right here, or the breakfast table. Sorry, there's space on this side, and there's also space on that side.
Yes.
So you can't achieve this necessarily when you have the concrete partitions.
Yes. So, and I would also go in with functionality.
Yes.
Store all your plates, anything that you use for the dining, store it on this side. On this other side, store anything that you're going to be using for cooking, for preparing. So remember, the kitchen is a prep area. And then the dining is the area for consumption.
Transitioning, yeah.
Yes. So this is the transitioning space. Okay. So ideally, when you do your chefing dishes here, I mean, it's elegant. I honestly feel like just even lying on top of it and sleeping. I know it's a hard surface, but I'm like,
Oh, that's extreme.
it looks so comfortable. What do you think? Yeah.
It's
so,
nice.
but
It's very
anyway,
inviting.
we love it. Yeah.
So we
So
can move to the living room.
to the living room. But before we go on the dining area, so we just merged our gypsum for the living room, for the dining and the kitchen, so that it feels like one space. But what separates it is this pendant lights around this area.
Right.
You know, that gives the difference between, or rather the transitioning from the kitchen to the dining. But again, as I said, remember, if you don't have a hood in this kitchen, it can be very chaotic for the dining and the living room.
It's true.
Yes.
Because of the smells.
Because of the smell.
When you're preparing.
Yeah. Well, this arguably, I feel is a conversation that we need to have in terms of design. So do you need a wash and basin at the dining or no? So we are not full subscribers of the same, but I mean, it works, you know. It's quite an interesting concept. You can wash your hands here and there. But, you know, I don't know. We're just... We'll tell you. We are thinking. There's nothing much to see here other than maybe just the arrangement of, you know, the lighting.
Yeah.
That's one of the few things that you try and sell, maybe in the living room.
Wainscoting.
Yeah, a little bit of beading strips here and there to achieve the wainscoting.
But I feel like it's important for us to mention some of the things that have an effect on the outcome of the living room. Like what are some of the things our potential clients should consider when designing their living rooms.
So I think mostly it's the focal wall.
Yes.
And also the lighting. Because living room is where you want, you know, a lot of lighting. You want mood lighting, you want task lighting, you know, you want ambient lighting. So it depends with the mood or, you know, what's going on at the moment. Yeah. So for the living room, I feel the most important thing is the focal wall, the furniture arrangement, and achieving the style. Yeah, achieving the style. So you can you would realize we are very the house here is modern.
Yes.
Is modern and a little bit of farmhouse. Yeah, arguably you can tell us what you guys think in the comment section.
Yeah.
But arguably it's a little bit of modern and
a bit of farmhouse. So the other thing is color, wall color. This is something that normally makes or breaks the space.
Yeah.
Because if you go for a color that's too dark and maybe your room is tiny, so it makes it even more tiny.
Yeah.
So some of the things to consider: what sort of paint color you would you go for? And that's why you need a professional interior designer to just advise you and to take you through the entire design process, so that you get the kind of outcome you want or you envision. So of course, as you said, the focal wall.
Yeah.
What's the focal wall?
Focal wall now here.
As I reach out, reach out, reach out, reach out to the sky, I found my way, I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. Cause I found my way, I found my way. In bad times,
This 1 year ago, even up to now, is still extremely trendy. Yeah. So this is our focal wall. Yeah. We have, you know, some panels here. We have the marble sheets. We have your TV mounted right about here.
Right.
You have a small console with your fireplace and a decor shelf on that particular side. What do you think about it? I mean, 1 year ago, it still looks very trendy.
It looks very nice, and I like the fact that it combines a bit of both. There's storage and also the visual appeal with the focal wall.
Yeah.
But one thing we need to mention, your focal wall doesn't have to be the TV wall area only.
Yeah.
It depends on where you want to put visual interest in your room.
Yeah.
It could be the backdrop wall or the TV wall or any other wall within your space, but it's the one that normally, it's like the one that normally steals the concentration and the, what do you call it, steals the show in that space. So yeah, so for this,
Lost me at stealing.
So yeah, so there's this TV wall that's very simple, it's very elegant, and that's one of the things you need to consider. Don't go for what is trendy because a few years later you might not like it.
Yeah.
Also there's what you like, but go for a combination of things
Yeah.
and even colors
Yeah.
that will not bore you maybe a year later, 2
Yeah.
years later.
So that they will stand the test of time?
Test of time.
Okay. Like the
We
farmhouse?
had to be deep, kidogo. And just a little bit deep.
Yeah.
So like the farmhouse. You like farmhouse a lot.
I love farmhouse. For me, my style is rustic and farmhouse
Yeah.
and all that. I mean, when one day we showcase our house, trust you me, it's going to feel like, a house somewhere in the Alps, in the Scandinavian, somewhere. You have, even our seats will be wood. I don't know. But anyway.
I don't want to detach myself from
No.
from that.
Once you liked me, you liked the style.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
But we'll blend in a few things. So
Yeah.
thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
We are
But you also farmhouse, sort of.
I'm just trying to I'm in denial.
Don't-
I honestly love farmhouse.
Are you glam?
No, I am not.
But your rustic is bad, like it's extreme.
Yeah, my rustic is
Yeah.
extreme.
Yes, Wanjiro would literally live in a house where we have sheep running around.
Yeah, so that sounds like farmhouse though. At the mention of sheep.
Well, and hay, and napier grass growing. Like she would be very comfortable.
I love rustic.
I mean,
love
the number of times we probably travel and you get that smell for, the dung, yeah,
no.
and the tree.
Guys, before we start fighting and arguing right here, allow us to say goodbye for now. And thank you so much for watching.
Yes.
You guys, thank you so much.
You're the best.
You're the best.
You've supported
For
us.
following,
Yes.
for recommending someone.
Yes, for giving us your houses.
Yeah.
Also, this client, I think, saw one of our vlogs when we were not serious. We're like, guys, I think I like what
when
you guys
you
are
are
doing.
not serious, he's on who
No,
is
it's
so busy.
It's all of us. You're the.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's me.
So please subscribe.
For the sake of time.
Visit our showroom.
Yeah.
We are in Droidro, directly opposite Plainsview
Hospital
Hospital. Yeah, Plainsview Hospital.
next to Zitek.
Next to Zitek on the service lane. So karibuni sana, and
Yeah.
we can't wait to make you part of our big family, of our
Yeah.
growing family.
Yeah.
Let's make interior design fun. Let's make interior design engaging.
Yeah.
Share the photos and inspos, and we can't wait to bring your Pinterest dreams into reality.
Into reality.
So bye for now.
Bye for now.
See
So
you
in
on
the
the next
meantime, please show them now the walkthrough of the entire house as we go to prepare another site for you guys to see.
Oh, and also if we have done your house
Yeah.
previously and
Yeah.
you'd like us to showcase,
Yeah.
kindly reach out.
Yes.
We are more than delighted to
Do it.
to do it.
Sometimes we don't visit actually most of the sites. So the projects are done in excellence and they are over and all that. So if we've done your house and you want us to showcase, please reach out. We are ready to show the world back-to-back content. And so that other people can also benefit from, realizing the guys who are doing it, especially clients in diaspora.
Yeah.
They are mostly they are our clients. So, but anyway, we won't finish this vlog if we don't say goodbye. Please watch. Stay tuned for the next 2-3 minutes. See the whole layout of the house.
Yeah.
Is it layout?
Yes.
Yeah, as we show the entire house. So yeah, see you on the next one. We've gone to prepare another one right for you guys to see. So subscribe, hit that notification bell, and comment down below. What did you like? What would you like to see? But in the meantime, bye-bye.